Alright, I'm super excited to be starting this project because I've always wanted to make an adventure map but just never did. But you see in the time lapse, I built a house and since then I've added a bunch of details. The house is right over there. It's a fishing shack. Alright, so these are some of the details that I've added that I didn't show in the time lapse. For example, these crates over here with the barrels and pots and the fish, and I've added some dead coral on the sand to act like dead bushes and some glow lincoln. Up here, I've used a lot of trapdoors, buttons and pressure plates to make it look as cool as possible with a running pipe over here and some hanging fishes. So one thing I've tried to do with this build is, you may have seen in the time lapse that I did the walls with oak. Well, I decided to change it out from mangrove to make it look like it was painted red, using acacia and jungle to make it look like some of the paint has faded over time. Inside, clearly whoever has been living here has only really used this one part of the chair. But I continue some go like on the inside, use most carpets and made inside look as cluttered as possible. Up here is just a bed and a chest, and out here there isn't anything. Also behind me here I have added some wheat fields and a beehive with a lot of honey on the ground. Use gold ore and resin. Over here, these commands, what they do is make it so when I go near to the fisherman hut, that text appears, and when I leave, it go back into the wilderness. How it works is there's an armor stand underneath the hut with some tags, and once it detects that I'm near to the armor stand, this row of command blocks here will do the text on the screen. And once I get far enough away, the other row, this row over there, that row will then display wilderness on the screen. There's a little more to it, for example, switching game modes to adventure mode, defense, survival, and time. But that's just it. Right, so I'm going to have to make the NPC that will live in here. And I want to put the NPC somewhere around this area. I have made the NPC. And here he is, the old fisherman. But I have an idea for him. And I need to go back to this point. So my idea is players will spawn here as spawn. I made this tent with display entities, and to start the adventure map, we'll come over here to the old fisherman's hut and interact with the old fisherman, which he will tell you a story, and then the story will start. Now I have to actually make the story. So I'll see when I do that. And I have made the story. It's this long list of commands here. But before I show you the story, let me show you how it works. So inside here, if I show hitboxes, there is a hitbox bigger than the villager. It's an interaction entity. It will detect once I've interacted with the villager. So now let me show you, so now let me switch to survival mode and show you the dialogue.